morning everyone, it's Monica with Scrapsaturdays. I hope you're all doing well. I'm going to get started on my summer series here with a few of the kits that I got, and if you want to watch my previous video it'll show you all the stuff. So this is an IKEA insert that goes onto your Raz cart, or however you say the name of the cart, the turquoise cart that we all have, or most of us do. And so basically I've just separated into some of my older stuff, my enamel dots and sticky embellishments here, my Scraptastic cut-aparts and washi tape. These are still some of the chipboards and pieces that I haven't opened up yet, and I think I will use the Ziploc bags afterwards to put them in there. And then on this side it's just that longer cubby that fits the things that are longer, right? So that's going to sit in my cart. The next thing I did was I cut apart the sticker sheet from the Simple Stories Summer Vibes collection. It's just easier to sit on the side of that long part of my cart. And then I've got all of my letter stickers and thickers and stuff like that. And I've gone ahead and I've sliced them open the way I've been watching everyone else do, kind of like, you know, envelope style. So I haven't done that before, and this one's sticking so I can't even show you what I'm trying to do with it. But I'll see how I like it. So yeah, I mean, the sliding in and sliding out. Unless the stickers fall off the backing sheet, usually if I'm in love with, you know, one particular thicker set, I don't even put them back. And I did keep the Purple Rain thickers or stickers that were in there, and then some other ones from different kits. But this is a whole bunch of stuff from both the Hip Kit and Scraptastic, so I put them all together. So the Thinking Out Loud kit is in here, and the add-on. The whole collection of Simple Stories that I purchased from Blue Moon Scrapbooking is in here, and my June Hip Kit is all in here. So that's what I've decided to do. I want to use everything because it is June's summer theme, you know, that kind of stuff. I went ahead and opened up my packaging of my inks and my embossing powders that came with the Hip Kit. I've got my Chamel stamps from the Hip Kit out and ready to go. I do believe I want to go to Michael's and get some other distress inks. I've got this Broken China blue, but I think that there's a different type of turquoise that's out there. I've opened up or taken the sticker off my 6x6 pad, and it's off to the side here. The only thing that I'm not going to cut or cut apart yet, well, obviously not the sticker sheet that comes with the Simple Stories, but also the poolside beautiful acetate with gold. And then in my Scraptastic kit we got this beautiful acetate overlay, and this is their cardstock as well, and I think I'm going to use it like that. And I love using acetate, and I do have a whole bunch of other acetate stuff that came with the Simple Stories, and it's just gorgeous. Like, I know I'm going to show you the first one, but yeah, there's some really beautiful ones, and I love to use acetate and stuff like that. I mean, I'd like to do a mini album, but I'm not sure. I keep saying that every summer, and I don't end up doing it, so I don't want to set myself up for failure here, but this is what I do. So I'm just going to start off with a really simple, quick little snippet at the introduction of this video to show you what my process is and how it works for me, and I hope that it works for you as well. And I have a box of paper clips, you know, and sometimes I end up using them as well on my layouts, and I purposely put the cut apart sheets towards the end because I'm not too sure how I want to use them. And again, because somewhere in the back of my mind I always think that I am going to you know, make a little mini album. I haven't made one in a little while, and so I'm thinking, why not? Alright, so my first process of elimination, especially because I do 8.5 by 11 and I love them so much, just for every reason, because it's quicker, the surface area is smaller, and I love that I get an extra piece of pattern paper. Like, I think it's about, let's see, like 3.5 inches maybe to play with, 2.5 inches. So I like that I still have that for a bit of layering and stuff like that, and that it matches. So I always look at the branding strip, and sometimes, as you see where the polka dots lie here, I will keep that and then take from the top. But because I don't want to keep the branding strip on this one, it's the first thing that goes. I do set it aside. I do keep branding strips that I like. And sometimes, to be honest with you, they do end up being thrown away. But I do try to salvage as much as I can. So 8.5 by 11. And of course a little piece of red at the bottom. And so then that's going to be what this delicious paper is going to end up looking like on my layout. And I do love the other side. And so you know, I love using that. It's my favorite. So basically, I like flipping these around so that I know what the other side of the paper is. And then I take a paper clip, and there's my first little cut sheet that's ready to go and ready for a layout. And so basically that's how I continue. And so you see then this page gives me a little bit more of a challenge because it does have, you know, words at the bottom and then that corner piece. So I believe what I'm going to do is measure and see where 8.5 brings me to. And I do like that branding strip at the bottom. On the other side it's gonna have words there, but I can always cover that up with, you know, another strip or... And again, I'm just creating that layering and more interest to my page already by leaving something, so it's already different than what other people are gonna have. And I kind of like having my own different style of paper to work with. So then that becomes my sheet for this page, and it doesn't have any of that branding strip writing on that side, so I really like the way that looks, and it's got the extra zigzag. But on this side, you know, I might have to bring in, you know, a full branding strip, or even, you know, border punch something. I can bring in this piece that's already perfectly cut, as you can see, and I can do a border punch on that side, and it's already matching because you know it's the other side of the paper, so we have no worries there. And again, I take my pieces, I take a paper clip, and that one's ready to go. So then we come to like something like this where it's a cut apart, and that's where some of the layouts I've shown you before, where I kind of love to keep the cut aparts on one side. The other side of the page is of a diving woman, or yeah, an old-fashioned diving woman, and I love it. And I also love the bottom. I love the branding strip on this one. On this side, it's not so great. So basically, if I'm going to cut up a cut apart sheet, yeah, tongue twister, I try to pick what pieces of the cut apart will pertain more to my layouts. Like, you know, registration swim class is now open. I'm not sure that's gonna, you know, be so much what I want. And then this side says swim, open for the season, but I do like the lady there. I'm not sure. I like both sides actually. This one has more pink, this has more blue. So then what I do is I kind of slide it. Well, the first thing I can do is cut off the 1 inch at the top, right? Because I do want to keep this border strip. I think it looks really nice at the bottom there. Yes, I do. All right. See, this is how I think. This is what I do. This is how I get into the mood to use this paper. And it's okay. You can take a leap of faith. You can do it. It's okay. Nothing bad's gonna happen. So now I've got that strip of paper. And yeah, they kind of perfectly worked out nice. I can use that for some layering and stuff like that. Guest pass, snow cone, cream pop. That one. My sweet sunshine. So if I'm gonna turn this into an 8.5. I am going to, I think I'm gonna keep this side. I think that's my decision made. So there we go. So even though I know it's a little bit hard sometimes to cut into your paper, I think once you've done that and you've committed to it, even though you've seen me struggle a little bit there, because you know you want to save the whole thing or you enjoy the whole thing. I mean, this is for myself because I choose to do 8.5 by 11, but there's no need for everyone else to go through that kind of struggle if you don't want to. So here I'm going to cut off the branding strip. I think I would use it separately. There's not much of a choice here anyway. It's pretty good. It's easy. So a little bit goes off and a little bit stays on. So now basically I just have to decide, you know, do I want more of the orange to go and I want to keep more of the yellow as my paper when I trim it down to 11. And I think I like that best. And again, flipping it over so I know what my other side is going to be. And so mentally I know that. I know that when I look at this, you know, assembled piece, I know that the opposite side is the hello, hello, hello. So basically that's what I do. I start off, you know, feeling and looking at the paper, and it sort of helps you already imagine and think of what you have in your kit, right? It already helps you to open up that creativity and that flow of, you know, what do I want? What do I want to see here? Like, what's the flow going to be? And so for me, I think it does help me quite a bit, and I enjoy getting used to or familiar with my paper. And so my camera stopped, so I'm just going to let you know. Here I have another piece of that beautiful piece of paper, but I have already cut up one of these, so I'm not going to cut this one up. I'm going to put it with my acetate pieces, and then I'll know that I have that as an extra that I can always come back to. So this is the last one I'll do, and then we'll move on to, you know, doing some process videos and layouts together. I just thought maybe you'd like to see a little bit of, you know, what my thought is into preparing myself to have a marathon run of doing a lot of layouts at once, especially because we have so much. I'm going to take off the bottom piece here, I believe, and I'm going to keep obviously the North America and Caribbean part, because obviously I want to, you know, emphasize where we had been, and that's going to be an awesome layout. Kind of excited for that. Or maybe even an airplane photo. So yeah, I can even use this navy blue on the other side and, you know, punch out some pieces there. So awesome, just awesome. And this branding strip I'm going to keep together with this because I love that there's an extra little plane there. So yeah, I hope that this helps you out a little bit. I mean, the next thing that I usually do before I start my layouts is I do sometimes go in and cut my photos. But when you're talking about, and again, this is only just some of my photos. I know it's insane, but I'm going to have so much fun. And I know that my July kits that I've ordered will also match with all the kits that I'm using here. So I know I'm going to have enough paper and enough embellishments to go by. I'm only going to cut these up one by one while I'm doing my layouts, only because sometimes the way I print them, I do allow myself enough space if I want to change this into a Polaroid style picture, because I love that and that's the style that I like. Or I can even go in really close and change the sizing a little bit if I need to. So yes, that's where I'm at. I hope that this little snippet at the beginning of this wonderful summer series helped you out to show you, you know, work with your paper, get a feel for it, you know, flip it on both sides. does it speak to you? Do you feel that maybe this one doesn't match what you're doing? You know, I even have this piece of paper. I don't know if I would use this side, but maybe I would for packing. I have a good photo of us packing our clothes and stuff like that, and I could put an X on, you know, this is how long it took us to lead us up to our trip. But then on the other side, it's beautiful. This, you know, blue shade is, you know, the colors that I want. So same with this, the yellow tones, you know, you can't go wrong. Even though they're two different kit clubs or two different types of, you know, packages or people's collections, I think they all kind of work together and they all kind of have that same summer vibe, right? Isn't that so funny? That's what the simple story is called, Summer Vibes. All right, everyone. So this is what I ended up with. A big pile of cut apart, ready to go, somewhat thought about 8.5 by 11 pieces of patterned paper. And so basically I had a lot of fun. I don't know how many pieces of paper there is, but even you can see this one. Oh, that's a delicious piece of paper for sure. And yep, they're all cut up, all kind of figured out. I even did just one of those cut apart pieces, the 6 by 12, I believe. And then I'm going to add the wood grain to complete it into an 8.5 by 11. And so basically the first piece of paper, the first one that I'm going to work with is going to be this one. And it is the Ellie Studio Let's Eat Meal Planner piece of paper. And my kids had pancakes every day for breakfast. And then I took the poolside ephemera package, and I kind of like that because even though it's all inclusive, I kind of like that there's a receipt type thing. And then I used, you know, the die set from Amy Tan. I know I opened my package so like barbarically, but I don't know where I'm gonna keep it, and I don't know. I just opened it like that. That's so weird, but I cut out the camera because I love cameras and I think it looks so cute. Another thing from the pool side is the June, and then I really love the other side of this paper. So yes, my kids had pancakes from the pancake station every single day. Every day. So what I can see here from the Craft Market stickers is that there's a little sticker in here that says every single day. And so that's what I'm going to use. I think I'm going to just keep it out of its packaging and keep it on the side because that's what I like. All right. So do I like it like that? Do I like it like this? Am I going to keep anything on the other side? I'll just cut it like that just in case I want to use this for something else. And I'm going to layer that underneath there. I sort of want the receipt part to show up a little bit more than anything else. And it's so hard. I have my nails done, even though these are my own nails, but it's that, what do you call it? Shellac, and it's a little bit thicker, so it's hard for me to grasp my my paper off my table. It's interfering with my crafting. And that's not a good thing. So I didn't know if I wanted to bring in some of the soda pop and cola paper. All right. Do I like that? Does it take away from my layer? And I am going to use my paper clip because I really like that. I wonder if it fits behind my camera. Ooh, it does. Isn't that cute? I think that's so cute. Bring it in more so you can see. I think that's awesome. Gonna make myself a little border down there. I think that looks really good. Okay. So, because I like that, I'm gonna go right ahead and glue it down. And you know, to be honest with you, my first layouts, whatever I choose to do, are always my worst. And I know that sounds so horrible, but I never get into a groove until after I've played with the collection a little bit more. So my first one's always more overthought, or you know what I mean? Like it doesn't have its full on, you know, what am I doing with myself here flavor going. So I'm thinking if I should back these little pieces of the camera with some turquoise. And I think that kind of looks neat. I think it kind of completes the camera a little bit more. I'm not sure. I think I'll leave it like that actually. Alright. Receipt, that right in the middle. Okay. I am going to run out of ATG tape because I'm on my last roll. So if I go out anywhere today, I have to remind myself to pick up some more so that I can have a lot of fun. Yesterday was Canada Day, so today we're a bit groggy here at home because we had a late night out. And we're sort of tired from vacation. Does that even make sense? We're tired from vacation. Shame on me. Who the heck is tired from vacation? Well, you know, generally when I go away, I can read maybe 2 books, 3 books. And with my kids, they needed me so much. Not in a sense that, you know, they needed me, but they wanted to play with me in the water a lot. And, you know, you're just reapplying sunscreen and all that stuff. And so I just felt like there wasn't really a resting point. Do you know what I mean? That's where I'm going to put it. There's just a little bit of glue that got there. Alright, so do I want this underneath like that? Do I want to cut the edges every single day? Every single day up here? Yes. What else does it have? I'm not sure. This week is good. All right, that's good. So yeah, the process of working with a whole bunch of stuff, I guess it takes a lot out of thinking and getting to know your stuff. So that's why I think my first layout is always the hardest, because I'm always just learning about what embellishments I have and, you know, what and where and how, and, you know, what looks good. Does that make sense? I think that's so cute. It kind of goes with the receipt part. And I do want to use one of the bottle caps here. I just don't know. Grapefruit soda. Grapefruit soda. I'm just going to put it on some Pop Dots. Just kind of leave it like that. I like it. I'm trying not to overthink things, right? That's the whole jazz behind doing a layout a little bit faster, is not to overthink. Just get it glued down. No, everything's good. No worries. I think it's like 10 o'clock in the morning. And my husband's at work. He does not have the day off today. I took the day off just to extend because I don't work Fridays, so I kind of wanted to extend the week here and give myself a little bit of a break. And plus it's summertime, so I don't pull in as many mad hours in the summer because it's not worth it. I don't get to see my kids nearly enough, so I truthfully like to, you know, whenever I can extend or sneak in an extra long weekend, I absolutely will. Okay, so I'm committing. I like it. It looks good. I think it belongs there. Everything looks fine. It looks good. I didn't know if I wanted to raise this up a little bit with some foam backing to it. So let's take a look. Is that what I like? Curl up my edges a little bit just to bring in some extra dimension. And yes, I do like that very much. I didn't plug in my hot glue gun yet, so I'm gonna do that right now. And I do have to pick up foam as well. I love the way that looks. I wouldn't be wasting my ATG on this if my hot glue gun was on, but for video purposes, we are going to kind of want this little piece to overlap that blue part there. Now, when I cut out this camera die, there is a nice little circle piece that kind of cuts out as well. So the center of that, so you can kind of go back and, you know, flip it over for double-sided patterned paper or whatnot. I don't know if I'm going to use that for a bit of interest, but I'm not going to because I don't want to. I don't want to. I know you guys got cut off. I'm so sorry. And I think my title, I need some fresh wax paper. All of my other wax paper had gotten a little bit ratty, so I threw it away. I used it to cover up my photos too when I was misting and stuff like that, so it was well loved, but it was time to be thrown away. So just cut up a few strips there, and then I'll have them on my desk so that I can use them when I need them to do my title. All right, so usually I never use these letters that come with the sticker sheets. I always have bad luck with them, so I think I'm gonna use them this time so that so that I don't leave them for last, so that they're not an afterthought. So yeah, I'm a little bit slow today. I feel like I'm not even saying anything to you guys. I'm so sorry. But I have to get into the groove of this, right? I have to get into filming and putting this out there. Pancakes. Yummy. Yummy pancakes. Yeah, I'm not one of those original title people either. I like fast, easy. I don't know what I'm going to do about journaling for this trip. Somehow in my heart I feel like it's a little bit more important to write things down, because it's not just a memory for myself. You know, this is a memory for my kids, for their first time going away on vacation. You know what I mean? So I sort of have that responsibility to maybe try to try and document a little bit more. You know what I mean? Will that fit there? I believe it will. All right, so I'm sorry that this one, like I said, I'm not really sorry. I'm just trying to be considerate. I know that the beginning of the video was probably the most important part of what I wanted to show you. And to be truthful, I never really record my first layouts because I gotta get into that groove. I gotta get into the groove of this collection, the groove of my photos. The groove of all the embellishments that I've gotten. And yes, I'm purposely layering my letters here because I want it to look different. I don't want it, since it's a boring title, I'm going to make it a little bit interesting by layering them on purpose. And I like titles a little bit more close together. I think they look a little bit neater sometimes, or more professional. I know that is nowhere near straight, right? It's as crooked as can be, but that's okay. Yummy pancakes. I like that. That's neat. That's good. That's easy. That's quick. All right, so I won't bore you with the rest because obviously I'm going to be doing a kit for all this at the end, hopefully when I finish, because I don't know how many of these I can record as well. And I'm probably going to add some stamping and some mist to my page. But basically, I wanted to start with this one just because I knew I had the pancake photos. So that's a tip. If you print out your photos, or you know what photos you have, or even when you're taking photos as a scrapbooker, when you take photos on purpose, right? I mean, there's going to be the odd, 3, 4, 5 in a row that mean nothing, but it doesn't matter. It's just the moment that you're capturing, or someone else took your camera. But sometimes there are photos that you take on purpose. And actually, now that I'm thinking this, I'm going to write about this because my son took this picture of his own breakfast. That's his own photo because we let him take the camera once in a while. So choose your photos on purpose. And sometimes when you get something like this, and I know, I'm doing a vacation layout, this side I'm sure I can bring in, a beachy theme or something else because the colors allow for that. But at first, when you see this paper, I'm sure you're thinking, you know, how do I bring it in? Well, 2 different collections, 3 different collections, a whole bunch of stuff, a die cut, and, you know, an easy title, and then just go for it, because it kind of goes with it, right? We were there for a certain amount of time in the week, and literally these kids had pancakes every day. All right, so I won't bore you with the rest. I am going to go to town with some stamping and stuff like that, and thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you soon with another process video.